Yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy D Nolly, aka Don Squally, and today we are back with another Grand Theft Auto video, man. So we've been, I don't know, I feel like the Grand Theft Auto videos haven't been doing terribly bad. A little switch up from playing our usual Forza until we can cop either the new Xbox or that new PlayStation 5. So I'm thinking we're gonna go ahead and select another vehicle from the internet. I feel like that's a nice, easy way to get, to get a car that I want. Now, before we do that, let's go ahead and check out a few of our options here. Got that BMW convertible here. I think that's like the Mustang there, and then we got the Jag beside us right here. Now, in my last video, there was one car that did strike my eye. Is this it right here? No word of a lie. This is the car that I was going to buy. Now this one right here, as you can see, might look familiar. This is what I'm going to call in this video the Acura NSX. Now we're going to get the name here in a second. The Jester Sports by Dinka. And this was ironically the exact same car that I was looking at right before I started this video. And this is going to be the one that we are going to build out in today's video. So for those of you guys who know, the new Acura NSX, a hybrid, what I'm going to call supercar. I've been watching a lot of reviews on this car, since it came out. And it's very interesting. It's not something that I would necessarily be interested in myself to own. But I do get why a lot of people like this car now. Big difference compared to the original NSX that came out, which was essentially a purist car. You got your manual transmission, you got a nice smooth V6 engine. In the rear end of the car, very good weight distribution, and it was a Honda, so it was simple to drive. Now the newer NSX, electric, hybrid, it's a lot more mechanical. There's a lot more that can go wrong over time. So we're going to see how they hold up. But nonetheless, we're going to build one out today. So obviously, armor, brakes, going to be a given for this thing. Now, we do have some front bumper lips for this thing. Now, I'm thinking... this thing's pretty low as it is. I don't really feel it necessary to add on an extra lip, but if I had to add on any of them, we're going to go with that custom front splitter here. The other one's just a little too aggressive for my taste. Now y'all know me, big fan of the diffuser. If you guys have been subscribed to my other channel for any length of time, youtube.com/Denali, we have in fact had a diffuser on my G35, and also I took that diffuser and I installed it on my Altima as well, which is where it's currently installed. And I think it looks pretty cool. I'm a big fan of diffusers, man. The engine obviously getting upgraded. We are going to upgrade that race exhaust. Gotta have. Again, horns. Don't really know why I need that. But you know me, we are going to upgrade those headlights. And those things looking super crispy with that blue lighting. Big fan of that. Now, as far as the look of this car, when this thing first came out, I believe the color... that it was first released in was like a dark blue, and I think for this build, having it in the press release color was kind of, I guess, more of a bright blue. This isn't really a dark blue. I think for having this car, right now in the game, it's probably the best that we stick with the press release color on this one. Now we do have the option to change the hood stripe on the car, but in all honesty, where we were at with the black, the black's pretty much where you want to go. Not much else is going to work with this, with the blue color, so we're not going to be mixing any colors on this thing, and I think it looks good with the black as opposed to painting it with the body color. Roll cage. We're going to go ahead and install that. Now, Something's happening. Looks like we got bumper clips and hood clips and the hood vents here. Okay, so a lot's changing here with the race modifications on this thing. And I like it. We got the hood vent. We got the, the roof vent, the hood vents. And it also looks like the tow hook, some seats. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the way to go. And I don't know, I forget, I didn't catch how much that was, but yeah, definitely. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, as far as the roof goes, more of the back window. Now, that is cool, but I do like seeing the engine in this thing. Mind you, once we tint this, it's going to look... Nah, you know what? That just doesn't really suit the NSX, in my opinion, so we're going to go ahead and skip that. As far as the skirts go... Not really. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and drop on those painted skirts there. I think that's looking good, especially with the painted rear diffuser on this thing. Actually, can I get that rear diffuser in black? We're going to have to go back and see if we can change that. I do think there was another option. This thing, with it being a hybrid, very aerodynamic. I don't think we're going to need any of these ridiculous spoilers. Lowering this thing millimeters for $2,000. But let's go ahead and install it anyways, because we're spending $20,000 on the transmission, so money ain't a thing right now. Upgrade the turbo as well, and now comes the fun part, the wheels. Even though I really like the way that these wheels look like on this vehicle right now, but we're gonna go ahead and skim through a few other options and see if we can do just a little bit better here. And skimming through a couple of the different wheel designs here, I'm thinking these carbon R's are going to be the wheel that I want to go with. Now, even though these wheels really remind me more of a Lamborghini wheel, with this paint, once we black out the windows, I think they're really going to look nice. And they're only $4,000, so let's go ahead and install those real quick. Again, I don't think we're gonna need the tire letters on this. Not really the style of car for those. So we're gonna go ahead and pass. And now comes the fun part, tinting up those windows. And with the tint job, usually means that we're done with our build. But one thing I do want to go is just go ahead and change the rear bumper to see if we can get that diffuser black, which we can. And now that we got that installed, I am officially happy with the way that this thing looks, and we can take it out for a rip and see how it drives. What an absolute gem. So let's go ahead and pull this thing off into the sunlight here. Sun hasn't quite hit where we're parked here, so let's just pull off. Now, before we get ripping too far, I do just like to do you know, the little screenshot for the thumbnail just before it gets beat up. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Jump outside of this thing, getting the first person view. What a beauty, man. Dave, I told you, I'm going to have to call you back. This thing, just an absolute gem. So now that we got all of that out of the way, let's jump back in this thing, get out of first person view, because I find it very difficult to drive in first person view. And now that we got that out of the way, I'm interested to see how this thing can run. Now this, right now, you can hear the turbo. Sounds almost like a very quiet V8. I'm not exactly sure if they exactly modeled this car after the NSX with like the hybrid powertrain and everything like that. Even just squeezing through that those cars there, I'm noticing this is a very wide vehicle. Now, I think the last GTA build that I did, I'm not sure when the order that I'm going to be releasing these videos or any of the other videos that I record. The last GTA video I did, I think, was what do we got here? My friends you haven't met. Everyone's always trying to get me to invest here. But yeah, the last one that we did, I think, was the CRX build. And this thing, much bigger than that. Where are we at? The hotel here. Whoa, almost ran into the wall. Yeah, much bigger than this thing. Much more nimble. This is a big vehicle. You can definitely tell it's very heavy. But once it gets going, it's really smooth. I'd just say, even, you know, for the CRX, the last build that we did, it was a cool car, but you know, this obviously is a much nicer car, but I gotta say the CRX did handle much better. It was much easier to maneuver. This guy Dave keeps blowing up my spot, man. I'm gonna have to go pop the man pretty soon, man. So yeah, straight line, this thing is a definite ripper. It's just when it gets into the braking and the turning that it can become a little bit squirrely, but I guess that is to be expected. It is you know, a supercar. Braking, probably having a tough time keeping up with the demand. Whoa, narrowly avoiding a collision there and then talking some smack. That's the way of the GTA land here. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this this vehicle. I gotta say, there's a lot of cars that when I build them on the channel, I sell them right away. But I think this might be one of the cars that I might have to keep around for a while. It's pretty quick, and you know, since I did build it, spent the money on it, I might as well enjoy it for a little bit of time to come. But with that being said, I'm thinking we are probably going to put an end to this video. So as always, I am your boy D-Nolly, aka Don Squall. If you guys did enjoy this one, don't forget to smash that like button, click subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, we're going to catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace. Oh no. Oh no! Oh!